Rolling, camera, action.
Hello guys. So I have a special guest here, Amitangshu. You might have seen him in the previous videos. We are going to do the Q&A that you guys asked us last week. I know it's a bit of delay, but here we are with the questions, and we are going to answer your questions today.
Why was there a delay?
Guys, we have a lot of exams.
So our persistent, consistent YouTuber is actually consistent, but yeah, we're having a lot of exams, and if he doesn't give a pause over here, he'll get a pause over there in the curriculum. So
Sure.
yeah.
So our first question is by Rakesh. Our question is, will they first complete DGC exams or CPL training?
Honestly speaking, they should first complete their DGC exams, because it totally depends that are you on a cadet pilot program or are you in a conventional method. You will get a hand of advantage if you have cleared your DGC exams, because once that tension, once that thing is out of your mind, you can just focus on your flying. So, and the exams are the basis of your flying. If you don't have that theoretical knowledge, that might actually hinder your flying experience.
So for us cadets, what happens is that first we go through 4 to 6 months of ground classes. We complete those. We write our DGC exams, and then we go for flying on our respective FTOs. So that's what we are going to do. And as Amitangshu explained, it's always better to do your DGC exams first and then go for your flying.
So next question, this guy asks, can we choose Airbus, Boeing, etc. in our type rating?
We only get to type rate in one aircraft, that is the A320. And by doing type rating in A320, you can also do flying in A321. So Indigo's major fleet consists of the Airbus A320s. So that's what we get to do. You cannot do Boeing. If you want to do Boeing, you've got to do it conventionally. And then you have other major airlines that you can go for.
Next, Mr. Shavrish. This guy asks, so will they get a job definitely after completing? Is he referring to us?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. If our training and our performance is up to the mark at all points of time, we undergo rigorous checks, made before theoretical exams, made before flying at the later stages of our training. We undergo rigorous checks, and with a specific criteria as per the requirements of the company, we will be hired.
Yep. So what is the first salary after completing?
Answering your question, what is the first salary after completing? That totally depends from airline to airline. So it is on the basis of your specific portion of your training, of your induction into the company. So it totally depends on which phase you are.
Yep. So we don't want to quote any figures right now. There are some reliable sources that you can look up to.
We have a lot of people in our batches whom our YouTuber is going to feature later on in the videos. They are very elderly to us, and they're amongst us. They have come over here leaving companies. They have done jobs in various good places. They have come over here only to thrive in a profession they love so dearly. That's the motivation. That's why they're here, and that's why you also should be here.
Exactly.
कौन था? कौन था?
Hi.
ये यहाँ पे पढ़ने आई है, but
कौन
you should. कौन हो आप?
कौन हो?
आयु ऐसे.
आप कौन हो?
Introduce करिए.
Oh, hi guys. Tanisha this side. लोग तो मुझे जानती हैं.
एक और हमारे गेस्ट आ गए हैं.
इसको जानते हैं, इसको जानते हैं.
बस इतना ही कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए जीरो पे तरीके और क्या ही चाहिए.
ये थंबनेल हो जाएगा.
अरे हाँ ना, थंबनेल तो लिख दे.
आज सबको फीचर्ड होना है भाई.
चीफ गेस्ट तो चेयर भी नहीं थी.
अच्छा, इसके लिए चेयर वही है. इसका सरफेस है क्या बड़ा? अरे ये तो
हमारा सेटअप गाइस, हम लोग
मॉड्यूलेशन
टेबल पे बैठे हैं.
वो पता पीछे बारिश आ जाए मस्त लगेगा बैकग्राउंड.
हाँ. So our next question is, what about loans and interest? When do we have to pay them? And do we have to pay them after getting a job, or do we have to pay during the training?
I think Shreyan should be able to answer it better.
Yeah, we have a fellow cadet here who will be better in answering this question.
Alright, so
regarding loans, getting of loan is a very broad spectrum, but largely based on your credentials, the properties that you have or the credit scores that you have. If you have a good credit score and a good property value, then you can get an education loan. And in education loan for cadet, the total time period of our training is 21 months. So you have to pay interest on your loan, so the EMI that is going into your FTO, so you have to pay interest on that per month based on the amount that has already been deducted from your total loan amount. That goes on till 33 months. So you also get a 1 year moratorium period only in the cases of education loans. So when that moratorium period gets over, which is a total period of 33 months, during these 33 months only interest payments goes out, no principal amount payments goes out from your end. So after 33 months, it is anticipated that we will get a job. So when we get a job, I am speaking this as a cadet, so when we get a job, then we have to pay out the principal payment. In a nutshell, up until your loan sanction date, then your first EMI goes to your FTO. So your interest is charged on the basis of the amount that is being deducted from your total loan amount. And then from that to 33 months, you are only paying interest. And then after that, your principal sum is getting paid. I forgot to mention one of the most important points. Each and every interest payment that you're giving out on the education loan, you can claim it back in the form of IT returns at the end of each year. So if you have, for example, you have paid out an interest payment of a total up to 1.5 year or 2 lakhs, so you can claim that as IT returns at the end of each year, and it does not have an upper limit as of now. But I would still request you to confirm it from your CA. So that is also a very huge benefit of education loans. So you should keep that in mind.
Thank you once again.
Thank you.
So our next question is, what will you suggest like after completing intermediate or BTech? I mean, I think what he wants to ask is that would you rather recommend pursuing this CPL after your BTech or right after your class 12th?
So to answer this question, if you just want to become a pilot, you don't have any other alternate career goals, I would suggest go for it right after your 10+2, as you'll be saving a lot of time of your degree. But if you just want to keep something as a backup, just something to fall back to in case this profession doesn't work out, or if you fail to do your medicals in the future, you can do a degree. But degree takes a lot of time, 3 to 4 years of time. We have our fellow cadet Amitangshu, he's a live example. He started his BTech, he dropped in his first sem. Dropped out from his first sem, and now he's a cadet here. I have done my degree, I have done 4 years of computer science, and and it doesn't matter, we both are in the same stage of life and we both will be doing the same training. So yeah, it's totally up to you. If you want to have the college experience, go do your degree. If you don't, if you just want to become a pilot, come here, do conventional or be a cadet pilot.
It's totally very perspective.
Yep, it's totally up to you. Very subjective. So our last question from Rakesh is, what is the best institute for this program?
As I say, east or west, inside is the best.
Inside is the best.
But no, not. It's not anything impounding on you, but there are a lot of FTOs with which you can actually pursue your Indigo cadet pilot program if you want to be in a cadet pilot program. And there are other FTOs like Chimes. There are other FTOs like Skyborn, NZICPA. So it totally depends on what your goals from your what your expectations from your training is. If you want to complete your training in India totally, then you should go for Chimes. If you want to have the best flying conditions with a good fleet, come to Inside Aviation.
Right.
So it totally depends on what you want your flying training to be, how you want it to be. Yes, but I have one question. Why did you choose Inside?
Sir, मुझे Chimes ने reject कर दिया था. No, but Inside has a very good fleet in 43 year school.
And the ground
Very good.
instructors, I believe, also.
Yeah,
They're also very
good,
supportive.
Yeah,
And
very good flying conditions as well.
Right.
So we have pleasant weather throughout the year there. If you really want to do your flying from abroad, I think inside is the best, most affordable place.
Right. And the ground instructors, they're very cooperative, they're very helpful, and they explain the subjects in a way that you won't forget it.
Right.
Because we believe we're in a profession where there is no bound syllabus for anything.
Right.
So what ultimately differentiates you from the others, from average pilots to good pilots, is your knowledge, and that's what I believe Insight will actually cap you with.
So I'll be mentioning a few other good FTOs here, which we believe are good to go for run. Right?
He believes.
I believe. Okay, I'll be. Hopefully it's somewhere here, in front of Amitangshu's place.
But yeah, that's if you want to pursue a cadet pilot program. Otherwise, you can do a conventional method as well, and that's where you get the total freedom of choosing your own flying school.
सुन ना, तेरा जो चनाचूर है
उधर ही है
ऑरेंज कलर का पैकेट विश्वदीप भाई पूछ रहे हैं खा सकते हो कि नहीं?
ये भी
मेरे लिए थोड़ा रख देना भाई. कलकत्ता से लाया वो
क्या लाया है?
चनाचूर.
मैं भी खाऊं.
So this person asks, tell us about the cost of all Indigo FTO and how to get into Indigo CPP.
So to answer this question, first of all, I'll be putting a link in the description below to all the FTOs that you can go and check out yourself.
On the Indigo's official website.
Right, on the Indigo's official website. So it's anywhere between 95 lakh to 1.3 CR, and you can check what suits you best. Applying is very simple. You just go through each of these links and just contact their management, and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. So yeah, I think there's not much to discuss on this. Just contact the management. They'll be able to help you out.
Right.
नमस्ते.
Namaste. So our next question is from Hardik. He has asked what kind of math is used by pilots. I mean seriously, pilots will use integration or trigonometry mid-air?
Not really.
No.
It's basic calculations, but what really differentiates this mathematics that we require in our profession in day-to-day life is something which you need to do very fast, because in a situation of compromise, in a situation where things are not going as you had planned in air, the time to do the calculations, the time to take calculative decisions is very less, I believe. So that's the kind of things that we need to go through. Like according to the requirements for mathematics, it's just 10+2. No, we don't do trigonometry, we don't do
a little bit of trigonometry
is there.
just to find the deviation from our
deviation. I think in class 12 it's called height and distances. That has a lot of role in this.
It has a bit of relevance here.
Yeah.
And
no, honestly, we don't do integration on air, especially during a crisis. Not at all. Or maybe we don't know as of yet.
Yeah, we are not best to yet to answer this question.
Yeah.
We'll surely update this
Yeah.
once we are actually flying. So we are just in ground school.
Yeah,
So
if we are wrong.
if we are wrong, we will update it
Yeah.
in our future videos.
How to become fluent in English with just the Indian accent?
So I believe Indian accent is not that bad, guys. Indian accent is pretty good. You don't have to. Indian accent is good. You don't have to change your accent to American in order to become fluent, right? We are speaking Indian accent.
Our English is very Indian. Our English is very typical.
Very desi.
But
So you don't have to, change your diction or accent in order to be fluent. Just keep practicing with your friends. Keep practicing with your teachers.
have good friends.
Have good friends. Yeah, you're good to go then. You don't have to.
What about some secrets FTOs have and we don't know anything about them? बता दे.
बता देना, चलो.
Okay, next question. Will you have the option to choose on which aircraft to type rate on in Indigo Cadet? I mean, he wants to say Indigo Cadet Pilot Program. And give shout out please, Mr. Satvik Gaud. So, Mr. Satvik asks, will you have the option to choose on which aircraft to type rate on in the Indigo Cadet Pilot Program?
Yeah, as I explained earlier, Indigo's major fleet consists of the A320s, A321s. So we will be doing our typewriting in the A320. We don't get to have an option as of now. Maybe in the future when we get A350s, we'll be able to do in those as well. But as of now, in cadet program, we only get to typewrite in A320.
In Indigo's cadet
In
pilot
Indigo's
program.
cadet pilot program. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
So this next person asks, hey bro, someone suggested me do 2 years in ground duty works in any airline. So when you will come after doing CPL, you will be prioritized since you are already an employee of the company. Please guide through this.
I don't think there is any priority given to
Yeah.
anyone based on this.
Not at all, not at all. It's
No.
totally not something we have heard about and we don't believe in as well.
I don't think so. If you have anyone, just ask them if it is. Just comment in below, guys.
Yeah,
We are not sure.
we are not proficient to answer this question, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so. So what we believe is, as soon as you join your cadet pilot or conventional, you start from 0 level. Your previous whatever work you have done does not come into effect or play any kind of role in your training.
Right, right. Okay, this next person says, it's not a question I believe. Hi bhai, cadet join kar liya hai, but don't forget to post about the fun things.
I believe you do that.
Until and unless he wants to get cancelled. Yeah.
ठीक है.
नॉर्मल तो सब डालते हैं, कुछ हटके डालो एंड रसल को दिखाते रहो व्लॉग्स में. रसल, we have got followers and fans of Russell. You want Russell? You want to see one more magic? Here we go.
अदरक क्यों लेके आया तू?
Hello guys.
Okay, this is next question. First of all, thanks for these. Please make a video on step-by-step whole guidance of preparation of Indigo Cadet Pilot Program, please. I think he has it lined up. He has it lined up and it's going to come very soon.
Yeah. I believe it requires a lot of detail and it cannot be covered in this short video. It requires a topic of its own. So Siddhant asks us best banks to get loans from for pilot programs. If you haven't taken loan, please ask your wonderful friends. So,
No, it's. I think this is very subjective, as Shreyansh had also told y'all. It's very subjective and totally depends on which bank you have a good affiliation with. You can go to any bank and maybe speak to them. Various banks have different requirements from your end, and you might have a few expectations from their end. So it totally lies in the intersection of both of these requirements and wishes. So it's totally subjective and it's totally up to you from where you want to get it.
okay. So our next question is asked by Empower Elevate from Instagram. I want to know how to prepare for becoming a cadet pilot, how much it will cost, how to apply for it, and lastly, please keep making daily vlogs as I really enjoy watching them. Thank you, first of all. And Amitangshu,
First
please
question.
answer this.
To answer the first question,
How do
that is, if you require any preparation, I believe no. It's a big no. There are 3 steps to get into the cadet pilot program on the basis of you clearing each of those rounds. There are 3 rounds. The first is something called the adapt test. Second is a group discussion followed by a personal interview.
Right.
So the first step is the adapt test, and no, you do not require any prior preparations for it. Indigo doesn't endorse it, and it also asks you to give the test impromptu, such that because this test is aimed at looking really if you have got those skills to be in the cockpit,
Right.
and if you can't clear the test, that really tells you that no, the job is not the perfect one for you. Maybe you will thrive in a different place, but this job is not the right place for you to
Right,
be in.
right.
So that's the basic requirement after your 12 that you require. So
Right.
also
And
various-
one more thing, we cannot disclose the type of test that we undergo.
there are 3 basic. So these are the basic 3 steps, the steps to get into the program. And once again I reiterate, you do not need any prior preparatory classes for the adapt test. And yeah, and also
So there is a few basic details given on the official website. You can go check them out. I will again put the link in the description below. So you can just go through the official website and the procedure that you need to go through, right?
Yeah, right, absolutely right. Just have your passion. You want to come here, pursue it, give your best, leave the rest.
Amitangshu, can you just tell what the next two steps are in becoming
Okay,
a cadet?
so the next two steps are basically a group discussion round, and followed by, if you clear that, you go through a personal interview round where they interview you as a candidate, if you are suitable for this job, for this profession, if you will be able to thrive in this field throughout. That's just a test, and I believe at some point of the other, for the job, you have to go through these rounds. And even if you're not in the cadet pilot program, if you're not looking for a cadet pilot to get into a cadet pilot program, you will have to choose the conventional path. And once you have done your training, again you have to go through these rounds.
Right,
Maybe not the adapt test, but you will have to go through the group discussion
Yeah, group discussion and personal
personal
interview
interview.
are always there. Part and
Right.
parcel of all.
So it's a requirement that you have to go through, and that's in every sphere of life, I believe. You also have to sit for your campus placements right after your 4 years of BTech. So it's there in every sphere, and that's the basic requirement which we have to pass. So
And I don't think any prior practice or
Not
any
at
such
all.
thing is required. Just discuss with your friends, improve your English communication. That is the advice that I would like to give.
yes.
And just be aware of your knowledge of your aviation and just your subject knowledge and whatever you have done so far. Just be aware of yourself for the interview. That's it.
Be self-aware.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
How much it will cost? So again, as Shabrish covered this, it totally depends on which FTO you choose for your flying training, which somewhere lies between 95 lakhs right now, from 95 lakhs to 1.3 crore.
Right.
So yeah, and next, how to apply for it? To apply, Shabrish will put the official link of the Indigo's webpage where you can actually look out for all the FTOs and more details of the selection process, how the cadet pilot program works, what are the different stages of training, everything you will find on Indigo's webpage. It's a very detailed page where you will find all kinds of information related to this particular field, and that's the base place for you to get all your information and to get all of your doubts cleared.
Right.
Next question, और एक था?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that pretty much wraps up, I believe, the questions that you all had put in his community post, and yeah.
Some few other miscellaneous questions that are always there and common are about medicals. So as you can see, our friend Amitangshu, he wears specs, and few questions related to that were asked in my previous videos. So somebody had asked that what is the power requirement of a pilot? Do we need to have proper 6x6 vision? in order to
The only requirement that we have in this field is that your eyesight must be 6x6, either aided or unaided. What I mean is that with or without spectacles, it should be 6x6 without any squint or any other aberrations, and it should be a binocular vision. So what that means is that both of your eyes are working perfectly to focus on objects which are near or distant to you. So that's what I know. Please forgive me if I am saying something which is wrong, but that's what I had been told by my doctor. And yes, you should not be colorblind, you should not be night blind. These are the requirements regarding the eye. Don't worry, whenever you're going through your medicals, you will be guided and totally told about everything, and you will know all of it best when you're going through. So when we started, no one was there to guide us also with these kind of questions. We just went with them and we explored a lot of things. So I believe so I believe there are a lot of elements in the entire process of becoming a pilot that you will experience as and when you start doing things on your own, and that plays a crucial role for your development as well.
Right.
Okay, so I believe I had got one question as well. Is it a requirement to be a science student to become a pilot?
Okay, so it is not a requirement to be a science student. You might not have done science, you might have done arts or commerce in your 12th. So what you can do is apply through open board and iOS, and you just need passing marks for conventional and above 55% to 60%
Approximately.
to get into a cadet program. So it's 61 for Air India and 51 for Indigo, as I believe. And so DGCA in the coming future is also removing this requirement of having an iOS or minimum physics and maths as it used to have. So even if you are from commerce or arts, you don't have to give open board in the future, and it will be in effect soon. Apart from this, you just need some basic understanding of maths and physics as you will be able to do better in your DGC exams.
Right.
So in order to complete your DGC exams, you need to have a little bit of understanding of maths and physics. I think 10+2 level
Works.
So one more common question that is prevalent in every cadet's mind is, what if I become medically unfit in the future?
Oh, that's a nightmare for all of us. That's a fear that we all have, but that's the devotion and commitment this field requires from you.
Right.
That's the risk that it wants you to take, and it wants you to hold by, because to become a pilot you need to be very disciplined, and you need to lead a very disciplined life, and which requires medical fitness as well as both mental fitness and physical fitness as well.
Right.
So yeah, you need to be fit throughout your entire career, because medicals are done every like once in every year, and that is till the age of 60.
Right.
And after that once in every 6 months. So, and these, trust us, these medical tests are very rigorous.
Yes.
And
It is rigorous and it is also required.
very
It
much
is
required,
required.
because we will have the responsibility of passengers, responsibility of souls on us.
Right.
That brings us to the end of, I think,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Q&A section.
Yeah. So thank you, Amitangshu.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.